Hey everybody, Eric Hagstette, Inhabit Real Estate, and I've got another market minute for you to share today. Something really important that's affected all of us during pandemic times, and that's the eviction moratorium. So the eviction moratorium expired end of July, and then shortly thereafter, the CDC extended it yet again until the end of October. Now, with our COVID numbers spiking again, this makes total sense. But we do have clients that are on the other end of the eviction moratorium, perhaps our property owners who are renting their property out, or our clients that have wanted to sell their property and haven't been able to. So we're going to talk to both sides of the story today. Now, we appreciate the eviction moratorium for what it's done. We don't want to see people displaced unnecessarily, especially during these hard times. So let me get that out on the table and call that as it is. So the eviction moratorium has certainly served its purpose, and it will continue to do so for those suffering hardship. Now, for our clients, for those who are wondering, what do? I want to sell my property, or I'm having trouble buying property. The eviction moratorium, once it expires, or if it does expire in October, that may do three things that help the market. Number one, it's going to send inventory into the market that we desperately need. Some investors and landlords no longer want to be a landlord. They will be selling their property as soon as they can, which is great for our first-time home buyers that can pick up inventory or pick up their first home and not necessarily be competing against other investors. It's a really tall order when you have a first-time home buyer and they're competing against a cash investor who wants to buy rental properties. So we're hoping that with the moratorium and with tenant-landlord scenarios in Multnomah County and the city of Portland, we'll probably see people not want to be landlords again, which then gets that inventory in the hands of homeowners, which is great. We like that. Now, number two, buyers can now buy perhaps more easily. Like I just mentioned, maybe they're not competing against that mom and pop or that one-off investor, and so there's less competition for our buyers. And when some tenants will choose to be moving out near or between now and the end of the moratorium, and that again will free up inventory that can be purchased or sold or rented again into the market, which is all good things. We need inventory on the rental side, and we need inventory on the sale side. So last, the opportunity to sell if our sellers have felt like their hands were tied, or it wasn't a good time, or personal choice, they didn't want to sell and displace their tenant. This may be a good time to consider putting the home on the market, especially if the tenant is leaving on their own free will. That's going to be a win-win, and we're seeing that happen quite a bit. So if a tenant chooses to move out, we're seeing our sellers take the opportunity to sell their property at that time. Again, feeding the market with much needed inventory. So I just wanted to touch on those simple concepts. On the eviction moratorium, I want to make myself available if you have questions. We do rely on expert guidance from our property managers and our attorneys in these sticky situations. We're always looking out for our clients, and we can certainly resource you full of information you need to make the best decision possible. We care about everybody in the community, whether you're renting or owning or houseless for the time being, and we really want to serve a purpose and help those in need. So if you have questions about the eviction moratorium, reach out and touch base, and we're happy to help. Look forward to more market minutes coming up and sharing more information for you. If you have topics you'd like for us to cover, please let us know. Like and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else, and we're happy to talk about real estate of all kinds. Thanks for joining. I'll talk to you soon.